What's up, people? My name is Timo Dakolo, and you're listening to Elegbete TV Radio. Stay tuned.
Elegbete TV Radio. Unifying broadcasting. Listen.
All right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. Yes, the best show you have in the world when it comes to talking sports with relation to other aspects of life. There's no other one. You can get that anywhere in the world. Okay, so it was a weekend of football buffet and sports buffet as well. Okay, so we've got a whole lot to talk about, but I'm going to depend on you people to talk about it. So this is how it's going to go today. Wherever you are, wherever you're watching or viewing us or listening from, you can join in on the show if you're listening on www.elegotetv.com/radio or via our website www.elegotetv.com, or you're listening via the mobile app on your Android phone, Elegotet TV Radio, or you're streaming live right now on Instagram or the YouTube channel. Very simple. Okay, you are going to lead the conversation, and we're going to take it like that from one end of the spectrum to the other. First off, let me get your take on your team's performance over the weekend. The weekend started on Friday. Arsenal went away to play Crystal Palace. They won 2-0, and thereafter it's been conversation going forward. So I need to know what your take is on the subject matter. Okay, subject matter is football, and if you have got anything to say concerning our contingent at the Commonwealth Games, we're doing very well. As a Brume, Toby Amusha, and the rest of the team that are doing well there, you can also join in on the conversation. You can chime in whatever you think you have to say, whatever you want to say. Let's hear you. Let's get your take. Let's feel your pulse on that side of things. If your club have done well, tell us what your club did, what they did well. If your club needs to improve, tell us where they need to improve, what they need to improve. If it is in tactics, if it is in player selection, or probably signing more players, let us know. Be discount for your club. Tell us the player you think your club should sign. If your club is not doing well also, tell us where they're getting this wrong and what you think you need them to improve. Then if you've got any question that you think I should answer, whether in football or outside of football, pop up the question, put it on the chat, on the comment section on Instagram or the YouTube comment section, and then we'll take it up from there. I know it's Mondays, the first day of the working week, and sometimes people don't like to get involved in all this social media thing. But hey, I've got to do a show. I've got a show to run, and I've got to do it to the best of my knowledge and ability. So wherever you are, but some Nigerians, showed up, played. Not all of them on the winning side. Taiwan winning, lost 2-0. Tottenham Hotspur, Batch, Joe Aribo and his teammates, but they gave a good account of themselves. Alex Iwobi played, huffed and puffed, did well in his team's game against Chelsea. Not one that you can fault him. Last minute, that game was heading for a draw until needless, as far as I'm concerned, needless challenge by Dakori, because I thought Yerry Mina was there for the block. But hey, this things happen. Sometimes village people will just follow you like they follow Bobby in the movie Village People. If you've not seen it in cinema before, you have another chance to see that movie on Netflix. If you are on Netflix, that'd be nice. Our girl is still in the house, Big Brother's house. Allison is still there. So we're having fun watching her grow into her element and not, troubling anybody and hoping that nobody troubles her too. But the game is getting crazy. Sometimes you can just be on your own and Palava will come looking for you. Hey, it's okay that she's somebody somewhere. If you drop in a comment, drop your name. Oya Moba says good morning. Good morning to you. Since Belly starts and Eric Donhag. Okay, no wahala. Chooks 9000, my guy. He said good morning, sir. My team is Arsenal, made me proud against Palace, but we probably need to start killing games when we have the opportunity. The past drop, we could have gone past Palace 3-0 in the first half. Arsenal fans are very, very greedy and most times ungrateful. Right? This is the Palace that beat you 3-0 last season. Towards the end of the season, contributed to you not making the top 4. This is the Palace that is very difficult for everybody to beat. And you think that a new team that have quite a few new players in the team, they're trying to blend, should just run over Palace 3-0 in the first half. Come on, brother, man. Calm down. Don't be doing like this now. Don't be like this. Okay. We're still on the conversation. Let's see how it goes from one end to the other. And we would see. Yeah, trust my engineering people. They would definitely do their things. Okay, so we'll hope that Arsenal does well. But if that's the only thing that you have with Arsenal, well, maybe they will play another game and give it 3-0. But I think for me, the good with Arsenal was the fact that they were able to keep a clean sheet. But then that game also showed a side to the Arsenal team that needs to be looked into. Arsenal is not done with their transfer business yet. The way it is, if you look at that team, the starting 11 was good. But then when you look at the bench, you just realize that maybe, just maybe. Let me draw it back so that I could push the conversation from my position of the argument and show you what I am really talking about. So let's go back to Friday. The league started. When did the league start again? On 5th, right? Okay. There's let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Let's go to the lineup. The lineup. Okay. Let's go to the lineup now. Let me see. So Arsenal started with Gabriel Jesus up front. You have Saka, Odegaard, Martinelli, and then Thomas Partey, Granit Xhaka. At the back, you have Ben White on the right-hand side and Zinchenko on the left-hand side, Saliba and Gabriel, and then Ramsdale in goal. There's nothing wrong with that. That's a fantastic selection. I liked it. But let me take you guys to where I am going. So look at the bench for Arsenal. You have Cedric, you have El Neni, you have Rob Holding, you have Albert Sibi Lokonga, and you have Nelson Rees, you have Eddie Nketiah, you have Nicolas Pepe, you now have Keron Tierney, as well as Matt Turner, the goalkeeper. If you look at this bench carefully, there are maybe like only 3 players or 2 that can come in and you'll feel comfortable. One is El Neni, based on what he played last season. Cedric is 50-50. You know, some days he's good, some days he's not. Sibi Lokonga is also 50-50. I think he's a kid. He should be loaned out. Nicolas Pepe, no hope. Tierney is good when he's fit. He's good. There's no argument about him. I also think that Matona is also a good goalkeeper. I've seen a lot of his clip. Rob Holding is neither here nor there. Cedric is neither here nor there. Reece Nelson is neither here nor there. Eddie Nketiah, I don't know the one that will show up. Nicolas Sanogo Pepe, useless as far as I'm concerned. So if you look at the bench, if you get to those crunch games where you need to win from the bench, I think Arsenal does not have it yet. So that's where they need to fortify. But the starting 11, very good. I don't think that Eddie Nketiah as a backup to Gabriel Jesus is a good one. I don't think so. But you can, chime in your comment, chime in your thought. I'm not the one that knows it all, but this is just my own thought about that matter. Chicks Nighter says, what do you make of Saliba's game? Boy was a rock at the back. You've already answered it. There's nothing for me to say. Saviki said, good morning, Alegote. Good morning. Arrival of Ireland. I've confirmed City to win the EPL again. Okay. And then Chick Nighter said, Savik, I agree with you. The boy is a beast, man. He's unplayable. What I like about him is his pre-run. Those pre-run that he makes, God have mercy, man. That boy is freaking crazy, man. Okay. Oh yeah, Mama on the WhatsApp says, I'm a Chelsea fan, and I think the Chelsea defense top-notch midfield, okay, but our attack is porous and have a no good take us go anywhere. We need I said anybody message should please put their name and possibly where they are from. You can't just send a message and then start giving me stress. So I don't know where you are or who you are. Okay, so good morning. Finally said his name. Good morning, boss. Good morning to you. Do you see Haaland doing 30 goals a season in the EPL? Well, the good thing is he's not going to do all those long dashing runs. His runs are short too. does he have the potential to do 30 goals a season? Yes. Would he do the question that somebody threw up to me? See, would he get the 300 goals mark? If he needs to get the 300 goals mark, he's 22 now. So by the time he's 32, that first, City have to agree that they will keep him for 10 years. They have to satisfy him. They have to be very, very ambitious. In the next 10 years, it means that City have to win the Champions League probably 3 or 4 times, or 3 times, or 2 times. But then they need to give him a project to be on. I think that Man City is not his last bus stop. Man City is to fulfill his father's dream. Man City is not his last bus stop. If he plays 5 seasons for Man City, he will be thinking Real Madrid or Barcelona. Having said that, will he do 30 goals a season? Yes, he's got everything to do 30 goals a season. He's the kind of player, now that they've also, it seems like they're going to let him be playing the penalties. Now they've also put him in that position. Oh boy, 30 goals is not going to be hard, but then there are games where he would be lost. Okay, there are games where I'm not sure he's going to be scoring every game. But let me just say this. Anybody that wants to play Man City, neutralize Erling Haaland, play a low block. If you try the high line, don't even bother. Man City have 3 people who can make the passes through the middle. Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne. They also have 1 person that can make a good pass or cross from the wide area, Mahrez. I don't trust Grealish for any reason. I think it's just a product of the English media. It's not a good footballer. I don't even like his game. Not his person. I don't have a problem with his person, but I don't think he's half as good as the hype is. And it looks to me more like a gym instructor than a football player. Having said that, if Alan have about 4 or 5 people that can feed him well, the way Man City is, don't play high line against Man City, because there is not a defender in the Premier League that can chase him. There is also not a defender in the Premier League that can body slam him. There is also very few goalkeepers that can intimidate him. So high line is to your own detriment. If you play high line against him, it's to your own detriment. Kaz, the man who bought me a Galatasaray jersey all the way from Turkey, wonderful guy, also was on the Sports Lounge last week, Monday. Fantastic guy. Steve Oko said that Man United have a long way to go. As regards Arsenal, the hope is positive. Good morning, boss. Good morning to you. Yes, we know they have a long way. We are trying to provide solution today. What do you think can be done to fix it, to make the long way short? Okay, they've already gone 10 years without winning the Premier League, 10 years of wallowing in the wilderness, struggling. To do. That's what we need to do this morning. Not the problem. Can we provide solutions? What are the things that they need? Okay, Cars _3. Arsenal still looks sloppy. Arsenal still needs a central midfielder. Xhaka is still a suspect. I agree with you completely. Sloppy, maybe I will not agree there, because you see, when you go to a ground in football, and I'm sure you should know it because you're a football person too, when you go to a ground that naturally gives you problem, there is the tendency to be cautious. There is the tendency to be a little bit afraid. And that exactly is what happened with Arsenal. They are still reeling from the memory of how this ground bashed them 3-0. And, you know, they stole a victory against Crystal Palace at the Emirates last season, 2-1 last minute, 2 very, very last goal that changed the tide of the game. So long and short, it was good. But then, sloppy, I don't agree. You know why I say I don't agree? To be able to keep Ben White was playing out of his normal position, but he kept Wilfred Zaha really, really, really quiet. I mean, limit his damage. His ability to cut in and shoot was limited by Ben White. And then Saliba was fantastic. He made it easy for Gabriel Magalhaes to just stroll around, not really put in too much work. It was commanding. It was like young Tony Adams or young David O'Leary. I know a lot of people don't know those 2 names that I just mentioned now, but those are the 2 longest serving captains of Arsenal in time past. Okay, once upon a time, David O'Leary was the highest capped Arsenal player. I don't know if the record is still holding that record, but it is what it is at the time. And I saw in that midfield too. Partey was a little bit slow. I understand he didn't have full preseason, and they're just coming back from preseason. I mean, traveling to Nuremberg to Orlando, Florida, and to everywhere that they went to, you're going to get jet lag. It is the fact of it. You're going to get jet lag. And I think that's what's happening with everybody. The only thing that I didn't see a sign of jet lag, and they are supposed to have it, is Tottenham Hotspur. And I'm beginning to suspect that they are either on drug or they took Agbo or something. Because you can't go to the heat of Korea and come back and still be running like they did. Because as soon as they consider that goal from Southampton, very beautiful goal, they turned the game on its head. And they ran rings round Southampton. Something, they need to test all of them for drug. That's by the wayside anyway. And Amazing Christian says Arsenal actually managed to salvage a 2-2 draw at Emirates by Lacazette last minute. Yeah, 2-2 draw, sorry. Yeah. So Lacazette last equalizer is celebrated like a winner. Yeah, Keodofi, I say, Baba, good morning. Abego, is Fred and McTominay using Sosorobia? Just not why that one though. Sosorobia at United, that coach in, coach out, can't sign a good midfield to replace those two. Not necessarily, I don't know, but I think that Manchester United, the same problem that have been there is still there. So Manchester United is, your old landlord that used to have like this bungalow, it stays in the front of the compound, you have this Peugeot or this V-boot Mercedes-Benz. Then you go back now, the compound, the house has sink. I don't know why that happened to houses anyway. The house has sink, but I don't know why. But it's a common thing with us in Nigeria. And then somewhere along the line, that landlord is now old, the children are not looking up to you. But back in the day when you were young, I mean, this is my own experience. Back in the day when you were young, you looked up to them. They are the only ones that have phone in the street. They're the only ones that have color TV. You have to fetch water for them in their drum before you're even allowed to watch through the window. You know, all the type of thing. That's what Manchester United really is right now. I said many times last season and even in the off season that Man United's problem is not coaching per se, but Man United's problem is structure. They say I don't know what I'm saying. Then the worst thing that I did was to bring back Alex Ferguson in one funny capacity that I don't understand. Again, they're still obsessed with the Alex Ferguson era. That's another problem. And then let's bring Ten Hag into the conversation, because Ten Hag have also made his own silly mistake that he shouldn't be making. What did he do? What's it called? Cristiano Ronaldo did not go preseason with you. You started the preseason scoring plenty of goals, blending your team together, having good results. I think as a coach, you should focus on that. But guess what? You find a way to systematically try to beg Cristiano Ronaldo. The man said he's not going to stay. And then you are trying to appease him. That first, you've already shown to your players that all those rules that you gave, no personal chef, no this one, no lateness to training, they're all crap. You're just talking rubbish. You don't know what you're doing. Now, the hope that the players have and the confidence that they have in you, you killed it by naming Cristiano Ronaldo in the match day squad, whether I was on the bench or not. Because those guys who travel to New Zealand and Australia are looking at themselves like, wait, if Ronaldo is that good, can only play this ball? We are supposed to be a team here. If this guy is not ready to be part of this team, then let him go. Okay? Those are the kind of things that Pep Guardiola will not take, and people think is arrogant. But if you're going to be baby Pep, you're going to take Pep's kind of step. Remember when Arteta came to Arsenal and he was doing the things he was doing? People say he had poor man management. When you go and watch the what's it called, the All or Nothing, you now realize that what the players are saying about Arteta is way, way different. Okay, his man management is on point. The truth of the matter is, when there are people in your squad, in your crew, your team that is not running on the same line with you, you cut them off. That's the way I know it. Even God said it. The Bible says that if one eye will cause you to see, pluck it out. You know how hard it is for you to pluck it. I mean, the word that they even use in the Bible is so full of violence. Pluck it out. Pluck it out. If one hand will lead you to sin, cut it off. Not a talk of a player. And it's a principle that I've mastered the art of using. And people in my circle will tell you that. I cut people off like speed. You step out of line, you go. Especially when I notice that you're taking me for granted. I think that decision to put Cristiano Ronaldo on the matchday squad was a very big problem. As far as I'm concerned, I don't care what anybody is saying. Everybody will have their opinion. And all this era of people supporting players instead of supporting a football club is also a problem. You fans are the problem. And then again, Manchester United fans should be educated a bit. The club is owned by the Glazers. They didn't borrow money from you people to buy the club. They use their own power, collected loan from bank, and buy the club. All these your childish protests will not work. If you want to take your club back, two options left for you. One, go form another club or go and support FC United. That's one. Two, boycott your match day. If you want to boycott it, boycott it. New fans will come in. Three, do a GoFundMe and buy the club of Glazer. That is if he's willing to sell. Learn from us now. Unfortunately, I have to say this. My United fans will not be happy, but I just have to say this. You've got to learn from us now. When Unai Emery was there and people were complaining, Kroenke go. I said, Kroenke are the best owner that Arsenal have, and I wouldn't want to see them leave. The only problem is that they have too many. They have sports franchise worth $10 billion. That's not the people you can use your small children protest to chase out. What Arsenal fans need to look at for is wait for them to finish their priority project, which is a project in the US. And once they finish building the Sophie Stadium for $5.7 billion, they won their team, the LA Rams, won the Super Bowl, and then the ice hockey team won the Stanley Cup, which is very, very good. Is it the Stanley Cup or the World Series? So very, very good for them. Now they now turn their face to Arsenal. Last summer, they spent $150 million. Now again, they're about to spend $150 million. They didn't spend money in the winter break because it was not needed. And then again, they brought in a coach that they trust. And it will help anybody to watch that All or Nothing. You know what the part I love the most about the All or Nothing when I was watching it? The role of Josh Kroenke, when he was talking to Arteta, putting a hand on his shoulder, after Arsenal had lost 3 games at the beginning of last season. The way he spoke to him just gave him that confidence that forget about it. We don't have any plan to sack you. Even though Josh did not want him in the first place. But look at Arsenal. Arsenal started with a structure that have Ivan Kazidis, all of these guys. And they didn't work well. We brought Mkhitaryan from Dortmund. They didn't work well. They were just busy wasting money and collecting money kickback from behind. They go and bring in Nicolas Ayas and Ogo Pepe, the worst footballer ever for 72 million. Those guys collected kickback. Nobody's going to convince me. But the Arsenal team did not hesitate. First off, one good thing Ivan Kazidis did was to fire Wenger. Greatest move ever. All of his wrong I will forgive for firing Wenger. Fantastic. Thereafter, the board did not waste time. If you're not doing well, you bring it. But when they brought in Edu, I remember Edu saying that this project will take 5 years. And in this 5 years, we will need to even pay some players to leave. He said it. He said it 4 years ago when they brought him in. That's what Edu Gaspar said. And the project is just going that way. I remember Josh Kroenke wanted Thierry Henry. But Edu said Thierry Henry was his teammate, was a good guy, but that's not the guy we need right now. We're just going to bring in Thierry Henry and destroy this team. We need somebody who knows football from the inside, and this guy is Arteta. Everybody was Arteta, who's Arteta? But then, he made the move and brought in Arteta. And I remember I've always said that Arteta is the best coach for Arsenal post Arsene Wenger. I'm sure people are saying it now anyway. But think about it, that's what Manchester United need. Manchester United, first of all, need to fix their internal structure and do away with the old. Bringing in Sir Alex Ferguson is also a big distraction. You're kind of like telling the coach that he's incompetent. Let the coach decide the people that he wants to work with. The management should bring in a proper football director, not Fletcher. Because Fletcher, anything that is associated with Sir Alex Ferguson right now should not even be in the club. It's a better way to go and move forward. But hey, and their suffering is also good for us anyway. A great talking point and give us opportunity to banter. K. Udofia, he say Fred, Scott, Shaw, and Fernandez, and that 85 million waste should not be mainstay at United. They should be squad players and not mainstay. How Fred have gone from the best signing in January, the best January signing, to now squad player is amazing. Manchester United is a player killer. They say he saw them. What could they see now? Okay, my guy, the professor, have you read his article on www.elegotetv.com? Man, I think you should go check that one out. Okay, Enumobi is the typical of a content team to start on fire with so much intensity due to his very intensive training regimen. Okay, till the midweek game start and their bodies can't take it anymore. I agree with you on that one. Hey, Akane, what's up? I'm wearing a jersey, yo. And then once I said they've got decent squad depth this season. So that may be their saving grace, but they cannot win the league. All those people that say they will win the league, that's what we'll talk. Spurs will not win the league. So I think he said Ronaldo should not have started that game. A disciplinarian coach like Pep, Conte, even Tuchel won't do that. Okay. To sign, he says Saviki, he started from the bench. That's true. He started from the bench. He was on the match day squad, not on the starting 11. I said I agree with you on the Ten Hag mistake of Ronaldo, but then again, the team is bereaved of a striker. Really, I thought that they can play with the first line. Okay, of a striker, Marshall was out, and it was left with Ronaldo, and they were trailing in the game. Okay, on Sancho, they used to be world-class player until they came to Manchester United. And on Wednesday, he said, I am super proud of our female contingent to Birmingham. They are really smoking high. Thumbs up to them. Thank you very much. Let me go to my family house on YouTube. Wonderful people over there. Whoa, it's really hot here. Okay. How about my usual suspects? I'm not seeing them anymore. Have they abandoned us? Hybrid 10, Johnny Gaffar, Christian, Michael Okonta, all of these guys, not seeing them anymore. Samuel Karim, we say good morning, sir. Good morning to you. I won yesterday from your prediction. Thanks. God bless you. Congratulations on that. We keep doing it. There are no games today, so there's not going to be prediction today. But tomorrow, Champions League preliminary rounds is still on, so I'm going to check that one. But thank you for coming to share your winning testimony. What else? I know for sure that there's going to be plenty of winning this time. Every time you want to get my prediction, you know where to go. www.elementaltv.com. The prediction is there. Okay. Oduni Remileko said, good morning, boss. Good morning to you. Lord May, are you back again this week? I hope you're not going at a point to. Good morning, boss. Good morning to you. How your weekend? My weekend was fantastic. It was good. Nice and lovely. Okay. Iquanobe Lewis, you said, good morning, boss. Good morning to you. Are you still holding to your opinion that Ronaldo is the problem of United? Why would I not? Ronaldo is the problem. If you still say yes, then I would just have to feel you have a personal beef. What's wrong with you people and this usage of the word beef? Is it not ostensibly clear to you that Ronaldo was, the team did not need Ronaldo? The thing is, some of you that were not lucky to play football, you should stop using the word beef. Why would somebody like me need to beef Cristiano Ronaldo? Explain that part to me. Where is the beef coming from? Now I know why Google censored your comments. I was wondering why they censored it. Now I just know why. The cause of them, the team is shit. This team is shit. They did well in preseason. This shit team. Okay. Let me say, Saliba partnership with Gabriel is a solid pair. We'll see the time anyway. We'll see the time to judge them. Let me, I wanted to say Premier League switch sharp. Woo! Oh, I agree with you. And I spent a lot of time watching a lot of games this weekend. Man U, Liverpool, Leicester City. Damn, these guys, especially Leicester City. How can you go 2 goals up and not be able to manage? This is the beginning of the week, beginning of the league. You should be gaining points. Not just expose yourself and make yourself look so vulnerable that people can come back after taking a 2-goal lead. It's not fair. Okay. Let me say, Man U is really in a big mess. Can Man U ever be fixed? Yes, it can be fixed, but it's going to take some time. Okay. And then he said, boss, you don't finish then. Okay, here's a Patrick. He said, morning, bros. Good morning to you. Adebola Oluwa Shelfumi, he said, good morning, bro. What can you say about Kalidou Koulibaly performance on Saturday? I think it was solid. It was good. It was stout. But my best performer in that Chelsea defense still remains the Brazilian Thiago Silva. Man, he's got experience. There was a breakaway counter-attacking movement that I thought that was over. But he perfected the angle of his body in the geometric progression in such a way that it was defending. I mean, it was fine. It was nice. There were moments where you would think that, oh, these guys are going to run at that defense, because when Chelsea go forward, they leave too many body forward, but it was just commanding. But then Kalidou Koulibaly was fantastic. It was good. I need to see him play consistently. It does look to me a little bit heavy. Maybe my observation is wrong, but it does look to me a little bit heavy. And Everton, that number 10 for Everton, I've forgotten his name now. That guy, whoa, if he can put up that performance for another 2 or 3 seasons, that's the kind of player that if you mention 100 million or 150 million, I will not even flinch. I will say, okay, good. But he needs to put up that performance consistently, and then we'll see how it goes from there. I'll be saying good morning to you. Let me. I feel Ericsson should play number 10 position. Fernandez is not it again. Although I love as they struggle. Okay, you're not really trying to help them anyway. Then you have Olabi Happy said, Man U did not surprise me. I was just surprised they could not get a goal. Imagine Man U don't turn superstar to average player. Felix Peters, he said, I don't know why people feel Ten Hag is better than Graham Potter. Well, Graham Potter did not win the league title. Ten Hag won the league title in Holland. That's something that makes him better. Ten Hag is a Dutchman. I don't think Graham Potter would ever get the highest job. I don't think Graham Potter would ever get employed by Ajax. You should not. You put all those things on the plate, and you see that he's better. He's just coaching a team that is terrible. A team that can be fixed, but you see, it's not just the coaching part. The coaching part is like Manchester United problem is 100%. The coaching part is just 25%. The other 75% is what is killing the club, and that's management and structure. Unfortunately, they don't look like they want to fix it that soon. Hearing that Marko Arnautovic is now the target for Manchester United tells the story. Like, it just tells you the story of what the club is. When the transfer window opened, we're hearing names like Lewandoski possibly, Raheem Sterling possibly, Frankie de Jong. They've been dragging on that one since forever. Anthony from Ajax, and then they only end up with bringing that short man Martinez. It's a good player. Nothing wrong with him, but hey, I don't know. Will I be happy? Say, I want out of your prediction this weekend now. I think you are replaying me, and I won't stop supporting your channel. Cheers. Replaying or repaying. I don't know what you wanted to say anyway. And then for my say good morning. Great weekend of football. Man U need complete overhaul of the football structure, but they are doing like the Nigerian structure. Laugh at loud. However, they don't want to learn. Okay, as a Patrick say Craig Gordon. Okay, yes, Craig Gordon. Yes, that's the guy. Craig Gordon for Everton. If that boy keep playing the way I saw him play yesterday, or is it Anthony Gordon also? If he plays the same way consistently, that could be a 200 million pounds player. The boy, they play football. So I like him. I like Conor Gallagher, very fantastic player. And all those talk about Iberichi's. I saw him on Friday. All those I say if he comes to the Super Eagles, he just because a World Cup winning team. I saw him on Friday. I'm just saying I'm going to spend a lot of time watching him and that Michael Olise this season. All those people that keep telling me that I don't like him, I don't understand. When I say somebody's not good enough, everyone say I don't like him. I have a standard. It's not bad. I have a standard, and you have to meet that standard. There is this. See, if you're driving a Ferrari, if you have a Ferrari, you have a Bugatti, you have a Bentley and a Maybach, there's not anybody's going to tell you about a Toyota that makes it good for economy. No, they're not good. But if you are doing Uber, like you have, like you're starting, like you're at my level now, but Toyota and Honda, they are the ultimate cars. And then Hyundai and all those things, they are ultimate cars. But when you are on the level of Ferrari, private jet, you're like Grant Cardone. You'll not be thinking of, you see all those people driving Toyota. So I'm not saying Toyota is a bad car. I'm just telling you there are standards. The way people rate those Michael Olise. If I coach Super Eagles for 10 years, those Eze, and Michael Olise don't make my team. It's like I'd rather go fight player for Nigeria League. But they don't side play football. But I understand the whole thing. A movie looks better in the cinema screen than in a small screen. So when you see them play in this world stage of the EPL, biggest screen ever, biggest platform ever, everybody seems to look good. Okay? But one of the things that I'm going to say here, and I owe nobody an apology for this, is if it comes to predictive footballers, I've not gotten one wrong. One. In 18 years or so, I've not gotten one wrong. I can give you a list of every player that I told you guys that they are not good. Remember when people said Raheem Sterling is not good? I said he's good, he just have a bad coach. And people said I was stupid then. I said his running is very, very good. He just need a coach to funnel his run properly. And then he met Pep Guardiola and we saw Raheem Sterling, who was missing goal, wasting crosses, create and score between 30 to 40 goals in the season. I'm just saying this. But I mean, name every other player from Wilfred Bondi to Michu to Ferrenti to name them. I've even forgotten the name of some of these players that I said were not good enough. None of them are proven me wrong. Francis Jeffers, Yaya Sanogo, when he was signed and they played in Champions League, so we should give him time. Nicolas Pepe, Adama Traore, the guy can run. Theo Walcott, Aaron Ramsey, Jack Wilshere. I could name them like over and over and over. Jack Grealish, 2 seasons ago, what's he called? Precious Amosuwe and Ojoba Miji almost came here when he was playing for Aston Villa. When they signed him for Aston boy, not sabi play ball. The English press make a good. He not sabi. People say so. It's not about beef. It's not hatred or anything. It's just that unfortunately I've got to say this. I don't know too many things, but I know football. Like I know football very well. I play this ball, and I always say to myself, if this boy there for like bench, would I play him in my team? No. Would I pick him in my five-a-side team? No. Hey, Johnny Gaffer, thank you very much. I see you. See, that's the reason. So it's not beef. Nigerians should stop using the word beef. I don't beef anybody. I don't even have a reason to beef anybody. But basically, there are some of the players that are not good. And if you say a good one, like Conor Gallagher, I don't know him from anywhere, but that's a good player. That guy is a good player. Now, the prayer is that make life not enter your head. Okay, that's the best way I can put it in pidgin English. Make life not enter your head, because that can happen to anybody. A very good example is Mason Greenwood. Mason Greenwood is a good football player. But you see, life overtook him, just like life overtook Eddie Messi and a few other people like that. That can happen. That's your own headache. But in terms of quality, that boy is good. This Anthony Gordon or Craig Gordon, whatever you guys call it, hey, that's the future. That boy is good. I don't know what's going to happen later. That boy is good. Oya Baba said, what's your opinion about Iwobi? It seems to have raised his game. Was all over everywhere on Saturday. Yes, but I think, and this is going to be sad for some of you guys who love him. I think he's dropping too deep. Once again, I know he wants to help the coach. He wants to help the team. He's dropping too deep. Now we're beginning to struggle with his position. You know, that's the one thing that I've always said. Now my problem with Alex Iwobi is that we don't know his position. He should determine right away that this is my position. This is where I want to stay. This is how I want to play. Okay? And that means you shouldn't drop. But when you drop too much, in that game against Chelsea, if he was hanging up front and allowing Craig Gordon or Gordon, whatever his name is, to run, make all those marauding run, they could have had a goal. But Alex Iwobi was trying too much to defend. Yeah, I mean, you're playing against Chelsea. Chelsea will always camp around you. But if I'm playing, this is how I play football when I was playing. If I see that the opponent is coming up that much, I'll go and talk to my teammates and say, listen, guys, forget all this tippy-tappy playing from the back. Launch the ball. There is no way on this planet Earth that I know you have experience, is solid and all that, that if they put the ball on the right side of Thiago Silva and make I run at him, Thiago Silva don't see me. He don't see me. If I miss and I may miss the ball. If they give me 4, I'll score 1. So, but they were too busy trying to web and put a basket on Chelsea. And you know that pressure you must crack. Defend does not reign over attack. You must attack. And that was my only problem with him. But from last season up until now, let's call it a spade. He's improved. He's impressed me greatly. And I hope he continues to do so. Dangerous say good morning. Bros of Gunners. And Tricks 9000 say people saying you perhaps have personal beef for Cristiano Ronaldo don't understand football. I remember what you said about Nicolas Pepe. No mind, all of them say I hate Pepe that time. And it turned out to be so. That deal was fraudulent. I said it from the one. Ken Odafa, I said, bros, you are spot on about Eze and Ulisse. Right? They are not good enough. Anyone that understands football would know that it is nothing personal. You see, last season, one player that was making everybody shine in that Crystal Palace was that kind of goal. And I remember when SIM card sent me a message. I said, man, look at this boy, watch out for this boy. I said, oh boy, this boy is an average player, but it's not as good. This was around January when going. Last year was around November, December, we played for the Nations Cup. I said, this boy knows how to play ball. He needs time. He can improve. He's got the potential, so he can improve. But the way it is, well, of the iPad, he never reached there. He never see bench for Super Eagles. Say this player we're missing. I'm waiting. Oh, my brother from the UK, Ikoje, he said Everton's number 10 is Anthony Gordon. That boy, we should watch out for him. Just Premier Life not happen because England. Hey, say for me, Eze no maker, but Olise, in the other hand, is class, very cultured player. I'm waiting to see that class. I need that class to come to the fore. I need it as seriously. But for me, I think it's not good enough. Okay, and I've got this one coming in from. Okay, I need to put in her name. Now, if you don't put your name again, I'm not going to read them. If you don't put your name again, I'm not read them. Good morning, boss. How does an athlete cope if they get banned? How does it affect their athleticism? Will Blessing Okagbari be the same? Blessing Okagbari will all know. I don't think she's coming back to the sports. But one thing I can say here, and I say anywhere, and I put my life on the line for it, put my neck on the slab, Blessing did not take drug. That one is not something that I'm not arguing it. Oh, because it's your sister. No, Blessing did not take drug. It does not follow pattern. You cannot be clean from the beginning of your career, 2 decades, and at the end you go and take drug. It doesn't work like that. I've been in sports long enough. It doesn't work like that. So there is no way. Either somebody, but from the way we're saying things, it's already clear that there are people who have their plans. But talking about how they recover, we saw that with Justin Gatlin, yeah, he came back. He came back and he ran very well. Just unfortunately, it was on the track at the same time with Usain Bolt. And come on, it's hard. And then he went on and said, I think Pep is really work on Haaland by playing with a team, drop down and make him self-available and build together. The movement on the second goal says it all, and his positioning is top-notch. Boss, now Omoluabi. All right, thank you very much. Let me go back to Instagram. I'm coming to my YouTube people. Where did I stop? Oh boy. Okay, and then where's the Christian? Say personally, I don't agree with you all your views and opinions. You don't have to agree. Some players and analysis. I respect your views as we are all entitled to our views and opinions, and people should understand that. Good. Calling it a beef is a part I'm very, very surprised. Kaz_347, he said Iwobi looks like a player that want to satisfy everybody and forget to play his game. That is my problem with Iwobi. That's been my problem with him since forever. If he's not trying to break away from the shadows of Okocha, who for me, not really, that's not a shadow for me to break away from. I don't need it. Okay? He's trying to impress everybody. Footballers don't impress everybody. Footballers show up and play their game. There is something you know how to do it consistently, and you'll be known for it. I remember when I came into radio in 2004. So they said, you have to talk in this particular way, you have to talk like this person, you have to talk like this person. No, I don't want to mention it. And I said to them, I said from the beginning, I said, Amma, Ignis, I brought me to radio. I said, Amma, this radio thing is not a do or die. That's why I'm doing it for free. If I not go fit, allow me be myself, I'm not interested. Because one, the people you're asking me to talk to, they don't even know the diameter of a football. They don't know the size of the football pitch. If they don't consult Google, they don't know what's in the happen for dressing room. I am a former football player. You're asking me to talk like one person. No, I'm not going to do that. This is who I am. I'm going to be like this. Give me the rules of engagement, the do's and don'ts of broadcasting. I'll go and study it, and I'm done. If you don't want to give to me, I'll go online and search for it. But to talk, sound like this person and sound like this person, come and be low budget for somebody else, I'm not going to do that. And I think that people need to do that with football too. When you're playing football, you should have your mind on who you want to be. That's why when a lot of people ask me, who's your mentor in Nigeria? I don't have a mentor. I don't have a Nigerian mentor in this job. The only mentor I have right now is Alibaba. And it took me time to decide that I need somebody to be my mentor. In Nigeria, I don't have any mentor. That's not arrogance or pride. It's just the fact that I think that if that this job, this talking sports, I know past everybody within Nigeria. Now, this is not pride. This is the truth. I'm the only Nigerian or the only African who's played it, coached it, managed it, owned a club for 5 years, paid people salary for 5 years in this football business, and then coming to talking about it. What do you want to teach me? I always ask the mentor, what do you want to teach me? You want to teach me how to talk football? You play ball. You know, I always bother about that because sometimes there are things that people don't know. There are things that you would tell them 10 years ago and they now discover that. If not for social media and probably all or nothing that's coming, people don't know what happens in dressing room. I remember telling Mr. Fajitare one time that coaches use the F word more than any other word in the dressing room. They say, I'm lying. I said, okay. Bros, you not play football. Yes, I'm lying. Have you been in a European coach dressing room? But now we'll see. When we watch the all or nothing, Pep Guardiola, Tottenham Hotspur with Jose Mourinho, even small upcoming coach, 39-year-old coach, Arteta. We see how many F words they are using. But people will not agree with you. People, whenever enter dressing room, they're going to argue with you. When you try to tell them, they'll tell you, say you don't know what you talk. So it's one of those things about football that you just look at people like, you're entitled to your opinion. I agree, but you're not entitled to your life. That one, the one I'm not going to ever agree. Okay, let's come back to YouTube and see. Whoa, comment emotion. Where are we going from here? Can I read all this? Yes, I sure will. Felix, I say I don't know why people feel Ten Hag is better than Graham Potter. Beg, what would they honest? What would they fair? What would they fair? Even if things are not going well at Man United, he's better than Graham Potter. Graham Potter, what is on the CV? What is on the plate? What's the chips on the shoulder? Nothing. Okay, everybody, I said Man United complete. Okay, I've read that before. Is it Patrick was telling me the name of the player? Felix said, sir, do you feel the role is key for Iwobi? You are talking about, okay. I think he should go and play in his number 10. That's his preferred position because he knows how to play through ball way more than any other player that I know currently. He should stay there. He should be a Manuel Costa kind of player. You understand? I'm not saying he shouldn't track back. You can't play football right now and not track back, especially when you play for a team that will battle relegation more than they will chase the title. But he should be playing like a Bernardo Silva for Everton. He should be the guy who opens, who unlock the defenses, and then give the final ball. And then if he can shoot, he should also add shooting. If I'm Alex Iwobi, I will spend a very long time improving on my dead ball skills because that will get you noticed. Everton does not have anybody who's a dead ball specialist. I improve on my dead ball skills. I will improve on my crosses, and then I'll improve on my shooting. He's still a young boy. There's a lot of things that can improve in his game. If he improve on those ones, that will change the dynamics of his game and how people see him. But if he continues to play like this, the funny thing is, it will be like Giorgio Shelby. So he has the potential of being a good player, but hey, do you want him on your team? No. That's how it's going to be. He will now move from maybe Everton to another struggling team to another struggling team. Plenty of movement, plenty of motion, no movement. That's what will not happen, which is, for me, not too good for him. But hey, we'll see that and see how it happens eventually. Mario Nathaniel said, you are talking about, yeah. Felix Peter says, do you feel, okay, I've read that one before. Will I be happy? Say Peters now because he took a team that has a structure on places. Now win the league. Really, that's disrespectful. Like teams are not supposed to have structure. Is that what you're saying? Teams are not supposed to have structure. Name one team without a structure that have won a league, that have been successful. A team needs structure. It is structure that determines success. After all, when people want to judge people, be not structure they first talk about. Structure is very, very important. Even in governance, if you don't have structure, your country will collapse. The reason why Nigeria is struggling, if you like put a cent in the presidency, is because the structure, the 3 tiers of government are not structured. People just go there and do what they like. The judiciary is not independent from the presidency. The presidency controls the what's it called, the legislation and all that. So it's structure that makes countries work. America have had terrible presidents back to back. Donald Trump and Joe Biden are clowns. But guess what? The country has structure and the country is working. It's that simple. So structure is why teams win matches, why teams win trophy. There is nothing wrong. You can't blame a coach for winning with structure. But I would not agree that a coach that have not won anything is better than a coach that have won league titles. Nah, football, I need to measure football like that. What are they happy? Say, please, have you done research on the new Remo coach? No, I haven't. Okay, I have done a little bit, but not enough for me to have a conversation here. I actually wanted to have a talk with him and get an impulse, get his pulse on the game and all that. I've done a little bit of research on him. You know, Nigerian coaches are not as easy to find materials on, and you read one article here is way, way different, opposite to the one you read again. You start asking yourself, is this what I want? So I'm going to take my time on that one and see what would happen. Mario Nathan, he said, I think Koulibaly is a much calmer and well-rounded version of Rudiger. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree, but Rudiger is a good player. Let's not take that away from him. Will I be happy? He said, is Roma back to their best? Because I'm a fan of their coach, Jose Mourinho. I wish him success. I think Jose Mourinho is up to something. He's up to something. We didn't win the league, I don't know, but most likely Roma will be in the Champions League next season. Having said that, there is no clear-cut standard team in the Italian league right now that you will say they will win the league. So that is kind of a situation that worked well for Jose Mourinho. He could rock the boat and take the lead. Once Jose Mourinho gets in front, it will psychologically destroy the competition and then also make sure any of those key games against the team is second, third, fourth. If Jose Mourinho is in front on top of the league table, let's say after the World Cup, immediately after the World Cup, they come back from the break and Jose Mourinho is on top of the league table, Roma will win the league. No, it doesn't matter what anybody says, Roma will win the league. Here's a Patrick, you say, long may the suffering of United continue. Jesus. Okay, that's a Liverpool fan, I can understand. But my United fan will not be happy with you now, easy. That's remember you suffer self, they are too much match fixing on that Salihamidzic. So let them suffer some more. Felix, I said pick one, sir. It will be or is a pick, it will be any day anytime. Is it not playable? Will I be happy? Please help me manage my way of spelling. You know, say no be all soldier go school. No problem. I'm understanding. It's just that when you're on this speed, you just want to get it right. Once you don't get it right, your brain starts telling you that your eyes not seeing well. You start thinking you need to go visit your optician, and then you adjust. Okay. Lord Mayor says I go hot this season. I not go miss the top teams matches. Here's a Patrick. He say watching Alan at City yesterday. Now I think I was right to be worried. That guy go worry defenders with his running and pace. And then you should add plus the fact that there are people that will give him the passes. That's the one that we should always talk about. There are people that will give him the passes. My man, give me £4.49. Is it shilling you guys calling up? Okay. It's a good money, Daphne. Thank you very much, Johnny Gaffa. Good to be back live. I've been on holiday for the past 10 days in Dominican Republic. Then they make us jealous. Keep your holiday to yourself. Don't make us not start feeling like we are suffering. Okay? Then it's called Dominican Republic. Now I'm just seeing beautiful things, something's bright and beautiful. The Lord God made them all, and I don't mention anything. No, this is that thing. I'm not saying they listen, but that's what my head is because I've been there like twice. So, but in my single days, and it feels like I left something there. I don't know. So don't be saying it that you went to Dominican Republic like that, and that makes us all of us be jealous. And everybody on this comment section now is not jealous. But Eze and Olise are just above average, in my opinion. I agree with you 100% on that one as well. Felix Peters said Lampard played it will be deep, not his fault. Okay. Eze Patrick, he said his name is Anthony Gordon, not Craig. I was wrong. Okay, no problem. I already know who we're talking about. That's the most important thing. Thank you very much. Lord Mayor, Tottenham came for him this transfer window, but Everton said big no. Okay, Stamina Emmanuel, that's my teammate, my guy. I saw you guys jumping around with Arsenal jersey in South Africa. Come on, guys, when I cool down, cool down. Be cooling down. No. This is just one match, but it was worth celebrating. After all, at the beginning of last season, Arsenal was beaten by Brentford, and everybody wanted to kill us. Okay, say good morning, everyone. Stamina Emmanuel. This is one of the guys that those kind of friends that you would have, and you say you have a good friend. This is one of those good friends that God will just give you for free. A Jebota that like to play football. Okay, Lord Mayor, he likes to hang out with Marko like us. Serious Jebota, he and his brother. Lord Mayor, I say, a doctor is a prime suspect. Trust that blessing did it. All I be happy. Say, who are we to blame for Man U loss? Hope is not their captain. But I think that Man United have a squad that could win that game. Not necessarily need to blame anybody, but just look at the squad and you say to yourself, but this is a squad that could beat Brighton and Hove. I just think that they were not running as much as they should. You look at